And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in the Uber production series. And I've got the second bank here going for research. You just got to populate it all. And one of the reasons I left a gap in between all of these is just in case I need to bring another line up and move it across, I can join it up with, anywhere along the lines here and not be interrupted by another underground. So there's a nice spot. As you can see how sparse they are as you get further and further down the line here. I don't think that we're going to have a problem, just because, these belts can move so much, so fast. I don't think we're going to have an issue, but you never know. You never know. So yeah, plan for, expanded use, just in case. The real telltale sign is when we have a really big research, we can look at the ones sort of down the line here and see if they're getting enough science packs. Yeah, this was a lot. This was many hundreds of beacons and undergrounds and lots of stuff. So good to get that done first. Now I have been working on getting the rocket area set up. So first thing I had to do was get and put in some stops for the rocket control units. I've got the one for jet fuel, or rocket fuel I should say, rocket fuel. And low density structures has been done already, so that's not a big worry. We have over here, we've been, actually using these for things and stuff. So I believe we've been using them. Maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Anyway, down here, I started a spot somewhere. Now I forgot where it was. There it is. Space science. So I've started prototyping a setup here that we can use for space science. I want to copy all of that. So you can see we've got the three things that we're going to need. Now, the big question is, how are we going to handle satellites? Because satellites, we're not going to need a whole lot of satellites. If we look at our factory planner here in space science, you can see, we really don't need a lot of satellite production. We're still going to need a lot of stuff to support it, certainly. Shift left click, I can try that. I don't know. Oh, wait. We get satellites from that? That doesn't make sense. Anyway, this. So these, we can't use productivity. We can use speed. 11.9. I'm assuming the same sort of thing is going to be for solar panels. I've got a lot of this production in the base already in order to make my power. So I think we're gonna bot the satellites. All this up here will then be dedicated to satellite production. So all my low density structures, we might refactor this depending on what, we're going to have all this rocket fuel up here. All this is going to go towards the assembly or the satellites. What we don't need are the rocket control units. So I might tear this down and rebuild low density structures up here, because we don't need rocket control units in the main base for any reason. And then I'm going to have to look about beefing up the solar panels. We've already got an obscene amount of accumulator production. Look at all these accumulators. All these accumulator productions are going into this thing, and we can borrow from here to make our satellites. So let's go down. Well, let's kick off a research. We have how many space science? 4,000 plus whatever's on here. So I think, should we do, well, tool belt? That'll get done pretty fast. How about, yeah, something that'll really help us, mining productivity. 7,500, we definitely have that. So let's start that. And then let's look at our production. 1 minute. Science. We're tickling the 10,000 a minute mark. Probably, maybe a few more banks on the bottom here would do it. Yeah, you can see we're starting to lose capacity. The real telltale sign is if the other lane here empties out. That will be troubling. It's amazing how many science packs we're going through right now. I mean, 10,000 a minute. That's so we're near that. We're really, really close to that. Which is good. All right, let's go to space science. These are no longer in freaking alphabetical order. They're in order of frequency of use, which is really annoying. Why are these not? Okay, they're just missing. Missing a single square in there. Okay, these should be fine. And these are going to be the out for space science. Where do I want these? These can really go out anywhere. But we're gonna make sure it goes out where we want it to go out. It's amazing that actually fit. All right. I know that's a long, sort of circuitous route, but we want the input and the output to be, you know, far separated so the trains don't end up getting into infinite loops and blocking one another. That would be a bad day. So one of the things that I learned when we streamed this in December, when you make your grid, basically your rail grid, it's called the city block method is what it's called. But when you make those too small, you can have a lot of problems with your traffic sort of blocking each other. All right, and so we want to block you and you. There we go. So now we've got a nice little setup here. So basically we need do I have? I have stone. So I need... This is for space science, low density structures. And let's... These were like an orangey color, weren't they? Like an orangey brown. Okay, and then we need rocket control units. So this will be space science dash rocket control units. These are more or less a whitish gray. And then finally, these space science rocket fuel, and I'm going to give these maybe a brighter, a little bit brighter orange. All right, so we have all the things we need. I'm going to remove this. Don't want that on me. Because when I go pick up locomotives, I don't want them to immediately get dropped into the system. That would be not ideal. Now, somebody has mentioned to me that it is possible to put 20 beacons around a rocket silo. So I'm going to have to look into that because I want to get as many beacons as possible on there. Okay, so you are going to be there. Six, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, wrong side. Okay. Now, is this going to be... Oh, flip. Oh, so close. I'll put that there and then cancel those. It'll still work. Yay. How do those get up one more than those? I guess they are. Okay, so let's drop in a rocket silo. I do believe I have 1 or 2 on me. Which way do we want these to be? How about over here? Okay, let's see how we can squeeze, you know, the maximum number of beacons. I think okay, so we could do that. Okay, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yay! Okay, so if we look at the factory planner, space science rocket silos are going to have instead of 16, we're going to have 20, which drops us to 8.2 rocket silos that we're going to need. Nice. Okay, so we're going to want those, and then we're going to want those. And we're going to have, let's see, we're going to want the ingredients to go in spaced apart a little bit. And we're going to try to tile this vertically. Let's get rid of some more trees. We don't need those around. Okay. Something like that. Might as well make that look decent. Line this up with the bottom. Remember this. Ooh, I just realized something. This is going to have to be there. Because I need to mirror this up there. Right? So it still is connected, and we still have 20 of them, but all right, so the output will go out like that. Where do we want this to go? North or south? Well, I mean, one thing we could do is load it. Basically continue this and, you know, load them somewhere over here. So I think south. We're going to go south with it. Like that. Okay. So those are going to pull in the... That's going to pull in the things, or the space science itself. Now we need something with a requester chest. Should we, I'm thinking we're going to want, because these don't stack, and the bots are going to take a while to drop them off, let's get a requester storehouse. Because we only need like 9 of these, right? I mean, it's 8 point something, but 9 is going to be where it's going to be. Okay, requester storehouse. Just because this can hold 450 satellites. And then this will be out. This will be down. This will be there with sideways grab. Let's get... That should, yeah, that should cover everything. Okay, so this whole thing now should be tileable. Indeed. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, I needed a 9th. And then here is where we can basically say we need no more of that. all those modules and everything should filter in just fine. Now after the first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to want a separate line coming down for this, just to ensure that they all drain as fast as possible. And then we could quite easily add a line, because remember, we're only going to have like 2 trains grabbing this stuff at any given time. So all of these are going to come down into a warehouse. You know, might as well line it up because reasons. All right, now we need power over there. Where's power? Power's a ways away. Well, I got some right down here. Let's borrow some of this. There we go. Crafting speed 10.4. That should be speed 940%. 940%. Excellent. Okay. We're going to need a lot of satellites. So many satellites. These should automatically have launch with cargo since I copied and pasted it. Good, good, good. Okay. Now we need the load system. Train loader, this one. What would help? There. And this is simply going to be space science. Okay, the other thing I'm probably going to need, now that I think about it, I don't know what happens to the system. Like, if this fills up, and it backstuffs, and this fills up, does this thing continue launching rockets? I don't want to find out. So we are going to connect actually, let's do this. Let's connect all of these all the way up. Should have thought of this before I copied and pasted it, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so remember, this can hold 1,800 stacks, and just as a reminder, space science stacks to 2,000. So if we take 1,800 times 2,000, this baby can hold 3.6 million science packs. So what we want to do is limit this to when space science is less than, let's say, 1 million. When space science is less than 1 million, go ahead and do it. So you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Okay. So that will prevent, I mean, 3.6 million science packs. That is a lot of rockets. That's a that's a lot of rockets. But still, I mean, 3.6 million is nothing. When you start doing these infinite researches, see how this one's 16K? The next one's going to be 32, then 64, then 128, 256, 512, and then 1 million. So we're not many researches away from using 1 million science packs with one research. And because our science area uses slightly less than 10,000 a minute, the system should be able to keep up without a problem. Because if I got this, no, let's actually look at our research. If I got this to actually 10,000, you would run into slight problems with, when trains unload. There would be slight problems with that. All right. So I would like to get all of the trains ready to go, because now we have space science, and this needs to be super bright. Space science ready to go, and we have all of these ready to go. So we're gonna need trains, and what I'm gonna do. Oh, I have a thing down here, don't I? There it is. We're going to go to main base train depot. And we're going to grab... Well, first, let's do space science. So this... Science. So space science. Then the info space science. Full cargo, empty cargo. Copy and paste that. Make sure you're off the tracks before you kickstart these. All right. Did I put a... I don't think I did. Yeah, because he's going to stop right here. I need to... this one right here will ensure that second one can come in right behind. And not block this. Okay, so I need 16 minus 1. Or minus 2. So I'm going to grab all of these and put 2 back. These should automatically all be full. With their equipment. Yes. Oh, I'm loving that. Is going to save. I should have done that ages ago. Ages and ages ago. This is going to make this process so much better. Yeah, this gantry system is nice. This system is nice too. This inventory sensor. This is nice. And this thing can actually work on, you know, almost anything. I hope I don't crash by finding the one thing it can't. But like this. So you can see it's seeing petroleum gas. It's seeing, you know, all the things in here. If you put one of these, yeah, it can sense what's in there. Isn't that crazy? You can even do it on assembly machines to detect what's in there. It's great. How about the greenhouse? That would be cool. Inventory sensor. These are really hard to spot. Yep. Oh yeah, I can see it. And that percentage, you can see the craft. The timer there, that's percentage done. Isn't that great? Oh, I love it. Okay. So yeah, this is a little system for that. I covered that, I think, the last episode. Or maybe 2 episodes ago. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to get all these trains ready to go. I want to put one of these here so it blocks all those. I'm going to set up all these things, you know, these things, and we'll come back next episode and you know, overhaul our solar panels, because we need a lot of these, and we need to favor solar panels coming down here as well as accumulators. So I might run some build in between episodes, or just craft a whole new system for this. I think that's the likeliest event. Coming down here where all of our raw materials are, and build a system down here, borrow these accumulators, build a giant system for solar panels, and then get some of the other bits and bobs down here that we need, especially like rocket fuel and all that kind of stuff. Should be fairly straightforward. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.